Good morning, Benton family. Hope you had a great, relaxing weekend. I wanted to remind you that if you had any problems getting on to get your epic stories that you can read online, please reach out to your teacher or reach out to me and I'll try to help figure out why it's not working at your home on your device. Last week I let you know about Abdu. It will be in the list below to remind you how to go to there, and it has tons of free ebooks for you to read as well. Also, I shared a new one with you last week from Wren Place. It's called My On, and it has a lot of great ebooks as well. Hope last week you got to check out the video by Patricia Palaka about Renchika's egg, or colored some Easter eggs of your own. I know Miss Garton showed you how to draw some eggs very similar to the way Patricia Palaka does her eggs. Or maybe did some hunting of eggs or just enjoyed the great spring weather we've been having. Last week we talked about poetry and about how it has rhyme, rhythm, and repetition. Today I'm going to read to you some more poetry. This is A Light in the Attic, Poems and Drawings by Shel Silverstein. Shaking. Gerald, now, stop shaking that cow, for heaven's sake, for your sake, for the cow's sake. That's the dumbest way to make a milkshake. This one had rhyming words. Words that rhymed have the same sound at the end. Sake, shake. Somebody has to. Somebody has to go polish the stars. They're looking a little bit dull. Somebody has to go polish the stars, for the eagles and the starlings and the gulls have all been complaining they're tarnished and worn. They say they want new ones we cannot afford. So please, get your rags and your polishing jars. Somebody has to go polish the stars. This one has repetition. It repeats. Somebody has to go polish the stars. That's a quality of a poem. It also has rhyming words. Jars, stars, dull, gull. Fancy dive. The fanciest dive that ever was dove was done by Melissa of Coconut Grove. She bounced on her board and she flew into the air. With a twist of her head and a twirl of her hair, she did 34 jackknives, backflipped and spun, quadruple gainers, and reached for the sun. And then she somersaulted 9 times and a quarter, and looked down and saw the pool had no water. I hope you pay a little bit more attention than Melissa did in the summer. Bear in there. There's a polar bear in my Frigidaire. He likes it 'cause it's cold in there. With a seat in the meat and his face in the fish and his big hairy paw in the butter dish. He nibbled on the noodles and he munched in the rice and he slurped up the soda and he licked in the ice. And he's letting out a roar if you open the door, and it gives me a scare just to know that he's in there. That polar bear in our Frigidaire. This one, you could hear the rhyme. Pause, roar, door. But you could really hear the rhythm as he nibbles on the noodles and munches in the rice and slurps up the soda and licks in the ice. Almost like a song. Zebra question. I asked the zebra, are you black with white stripes or white with black stripes? And the zebra asked me, are you a good with bad habits or are you bad with good habits? Are you noisy with quiet times or quiet with noisy times? Are you happy with some sad days or are you sad with some happy days? Are you neat with some sloppy ways or sloppy with some neat ways? And on and on and on and on and on he went. I'll never ask a zebra about stripes again. April is Poetry Month. You'll be hearing a lot of different places that are talking about poetry this month. Hope you've been reading some poetry. Another thing I'd like to share with you, a lot of times at home, if you don't have something to read, a lot of our parents have cookbooks. So cooking with your parents is fun to do while you're at home with them. And I thought I'd give you some ideas of some different things out of one of Hannah's cookbooks. This one's one that's fun to make. You just take biscuit dough and you put it in a muffin tin, and then you just add the toppings that you like on your pizza. A lot of us make sandwiches and stuff, and a fun way to use your sandwiches is to make your sandwich and then use a cookie cutter to cut out your sandwich. Baking at breakfast time is fun. Pancakes are fun to make, and you can even make shapes. Doesn't take a lot of ingredients to make pancakes. But make sure you ask your parents for help if you choose to do some cooking. Puddings are fun to make. This pudding, they took some Oreos and crunched them up, and they had some worms, and they had some whipped topping they added to it. Jell-O's something that's easier to make. You can make it in the microwave. And here they just took 2 or 3 different colors of Jell-O and then put whipped topping in between and put in a fancy dish. The last one I wanted to show you was fries, cheesy fries. Once you cook them, put them in the oven, then you can add cheese on the top and have cheesy fries. Add a little garlic powder and onion powder to your steak fries. Think about cooking with your parents this week and helping them do different things. Hope you have a great week. I love you. Talk to you soon.